It's official. That day has finally arrived. I'm basically out of space in my arcade basement. Arcade collectors in Georgia are possibly rejoicing since I have dramatically slowed down in acquiring machines. And the bottom feeders group might probably even be thinking if something happened to me since I'm posting so little. But no, I'm here. Still doing the same old, same old. Just, I am out of room. And I even have some stuff in my garage. But anyways, this conundrum has basically forced me to get a little bit creative. And I wanted to show you guys something I did, which I believe is pretty cool, with this PacMan Cabaret. I actually call this my FrankenPac Cabaret. It's a perfect fusion of purest authenticity and versatility. As you can see, it's just a regular, beat up, slightly peeling PacMan Cabaret running a regular multi-board, which, I mean, you probably have seen those. I mean, it's basically a real PacMan board. But when you start it, you can select PacMan or Miss PacMan. It's slow and fast variants, Pac Attack, Miss Pac Attack, even PacMan After Dark, which is pretty cool because it looks kind of like with neon signs and you don't get to see the maze. So it becomes really challenging because later you don't know where to go and whatnot. But I mean, there's nothing special about that. When things get really interesting is that I also added on this machine a switch button that allows me to go into additional boards. And you'll see right here, this board that's going to load is called Namco Arcade Collection 1. And something really cool about this game is that it also has Pac-Man, but it has both a regular Pac-Man and a rearranged version of Pac-Man, as well as for Dig Dug and for Rally X. Well, the cool thing about this is that, for example, I'm going to turn on Pac-Man. I'm going to select Rearranged. And what you're going to see is, you see here there's two Pac-Mans. So it's player 1 and player 2 at the same time, which is pretty neat. And even though it's a 2D game, it has this kind of graphic that make it look like 3D. And it's kind of neat, but it's hard to play with only one control panel. So I came up with this idea. I basically created this stand, which I painted Mario Brothers pipe green. And I can actually connect this super gun to it. And now you can see I can also control the other Pac-Man. So now I can actually use the same Cabaret without modifying the control panel or anything, and even play multiplayer. And again, this setup also applies to Dig Dug, Rally X, but there's a little bit more. I also added a third board, which is the Namco Arcade Collection, Volume 1, I think. I think Pac-Man was Volume 2, and this was going to be Volume 1. This board has a little bit of issue, so it takes like about 10 to 15 seconds to boot up. But this one also has something really neat. It has Galaga in multiplayer. It also has Sevius, but honestly, Sevius kind of sucks. I love that game, but in this board, it's nothing special. I mean, even though you can do multiplayer Sevius, but Galaga is something really cool here because the Galaga that you get to play here, it's on steroids. Oh, I only started for one player. Oh no, there it is, 2 players. So you see there's player 1, shooting, and here's player number 2. And later on in the game, the formations get really complicated, and when they trap your chip, you can actually steal the chip from the other player's ship when it's captured, and it gives you power-ups, like you start shooting like really wide beams and your chip changes and everything else. It's a pretty cool game. Let me see if I can go to the next level. Hard to play with only one hand. Okay, now we're gonna see. So you're gonna see the new formations. It's pretty intense. Is it that nuts? Anyway, anyways, I thought you guys might enjoy this. I mean, this way I'm kind of like maximizing my space while still keeping my machines original. Anyways, hope you like this and enjoy.